Daddy, why'd they build all those pyramids? Chapter 19, December 22, 2099 AD. Solution. The two had never worked harder than today. The weather had remained cool, but the pyramid's heat kept them warm. They had to use the mandatory rest 3 times each day, and they were too exhausted even for a buffet this evening. So they ordered room service. They interrupted their supper for a quickie and then crawled into the in-room jacuzzi. Grant could only take a few minutes in the warm water and soon got out and sprawled on their pyramid-shaped bed, staring aimlessly at the NBA game between the Lakers and the new Las Vegas team, the Las Vegas Gold. Since there was no more Los Angeles or Staples Center after the great earthquake of 2088 that put much of the California coastline underwater, the city and the team had been moved to the new ocean shore near Baker, California. It was still essentially a tent city, but the infrastructure of the new Los Angeles was beginning to rise. The Lakers' new arena, Staples 2, would be completed in 2100. For the time being, the Lakers played every game on the road. Because of this disadvantage, they were given 5 wins to start the season and now sported a 27-12 record. This included the gift 5 wins. The Las Vegas Gold were a game in front of them, and their star, Red Schmerlik, alias the Red Baron, was the talk of the league. He was 8 feet 4 inches tall from Nome, Alaska, and the Gold starting point guard. He was taller than all his teammates and led the league in virtually every statistical category. His one shortcoming was his tendency to fatigue easily, hence he played only about half of each game. But generally it was enough for a Gold victory. The Las Vegas bookmakers were having a heyday as the Red Baron just kept getting better and better. Jennifer soon overheated in the warm water as well. She eased up onto the edge of the hot tub, leaving only her feet in the bubbly warm water. She stared at the TV. Then the entranced McGrant, then down at the churning water. She felt herself easing into a trance like her lover. She adjusted her bottom on the edge of the tub and raised her left hand to wipe the sweat off her forehead. As she did so, she looked down and saw the letters R-I-S-T-A on the rail of the sky-blue tub. She shifted to her left so she could read the full name, but when she did so, there were no more letters, just R-I-S-T-A. She thought R-I-S-T-A must really be the name of the company, however strange it sounded. She lazily stared back at McGrant, who was now snoring lightly, his hairy chest heaving up and down. As her gaze returned to the water, she saw the lettering on the opposite rail of the hot tub. She now eased her full-figured body over to the other side of the tub and read the word TriStar, printed in the same bold letters she had seen on the opposite rail. She was too weak to move back to the other side, so she just stared out the window at the Mandalay Tower to the west. The sun had just set over the western valley, and the Mandalay Tower was a brighter orange than she could ever remember. A helicopter zoomed past close enough so she could see the letters NG47663 on its fuselage. She continued to stare at the orange scene before her. Suddenly she lost her footing on the slippery steps of the tub and fell into the water. The resulting splash spewed water onto McGrant, and he awoke with a start. "Hey, what's the big idea?" he yelled, but Jennifer's naked body was on him in a flash. Baby, I got it," she literally screamed at him. "Yeah, you got it, and I want some more of it right now," McGrant said. No, I know what they mean." She was up in a flash, went to her book pile, which was now spread out all over the table. She sifted through them and then grabbed one. She didn't bother to dry her hands, but quickly found the page she wanted in the book. Historical timeline, it read. She began to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She threw both hands in the air, raced over to her lover, and began kissing him in a frenzy. His strong arms eased her away slightly. "What have you got? What is it?" "I know what the letters mean. I know why there are 10. 10 what? Calm down and tell me," he said. "Come over here." She took his hand and led him to the hot tub. "See, this is Rista, but on the side it says TriStar. Nok means Enoch. 10 patriarchs from Adam to Noah. 10 pyramids. It all fits." She crawled into the hot tub, put her face in her hands, and began to cry like a baby. "Baby, you do have it. You got it. What are you crying for? You've solved the puzzle of the ages," he said, no sympathy in his voice. She kept bawling. He stared at her for a long moment. He knew just enough about women to know not to try and understand them. He slowly crawled into the hot tub and held her tight. This unselfish act paid him big dividends, and when Act 2 was over, Jennifer said, "Baby, we need to call Coldren. Now that we know who each tomb was built for and by, he should be able to get the court order rescinded so we can open the doors of the tombs and explore their interiors. See if you can reach him." "Where is he staying?" McGrann asked. "I think it's at the Mandalay. He gave me his cell phone number." She began to dial. "Good. I'll call the professor so he can alert the others to be ready." "We did it. We did it." "No, you did it, baby. I love you," they both said in unison. Coldren and the professor weren't sure how to respond, but both managed a weak "Hello?"